What up, y'all? Back again. I'm just showing you New Orleans in the 1800s. We have HD pictures, which cameras were supposedly in our fake history weren't supposed to be able to do this. Do you see how clear these are? Well, here's the other thing. We couldn't build them today. So what the heck's going on, y'all? These things are from like the 1840s, and they're all just about knocked down now, demolished and destroyed, and we built this prefab crap up that's made of plastic and pressed board. I would like to know how all of this stuff was somehow quarried and built, just amazing as can be, with no engineers and constructors that did this stuff. Today, we don't see this stuff being done today. And that light rail type stuff right there, those wire cars, those were in every city in the 1800s. Look at these HD pictures. This is New Orleans, y'all. It probably looked better then in the 1840s than it does now. Do you see all those telephone lines and stuff? They'll tell you that was those what are those little papers they used to send? But look at this stuff. Come on, man. We're like midgets to these buildings. Midgets to them in the inside and the outside. They are monstrosities. They're made of just beautiful architecture, high ceilings, real wide hallways. The architecture's all the way up on the roof, y'all. Most people can't even see that. Why would you do that? You had to be a civilization built on art, meaning you didn't care about anything else. You spent all your time and your hard work more on art because it was... Look at this. And don't tell me some guys with a lot of money came here and did that, because listen, I don't care how much money you threw at these things right now, you couldn't build them like this. They're amazing. You got to get your corners to come in right. These guys didn't even have equipment. You're talking about no electricity. Telegraphs is what I was thinking of earlier. But you got to have electricity, power tools. You got to have light. They didn't even have light yet. Come on, man. So they're up there with candles building these things? Look at that. Come on. They're all sunk in the mud because of the mud flood they're not telling you about either. A worldwide catastrophe called the mud flood, and nobody's talking about that one either. Don't you think that's a little crazy, y'all? Look at these buildings, man. And they look, if they look old now, they still look good. They still look better than half the crap in New Orleans. Look at this. They built that with a hammer and a chisel and a wagon. Come on, man. Tell me something. Tell me something good, too. Because what I'm telling you, it's the Millennial Kingdom leftover from the Millennial Kingdom of Christ, y'all. And y'all want to laugh. Keep on laughing, man. It ain't funny. Look at that. That horse and that wagon, that's a little distant from what they did before. Before, y'all. We're supposed to get better. Look at those ceilings. Look how high those are. Come on, y'all. Look how small these people are to these buildings. Look at that. They carved that out. They didn't have computers. They didn't have dump trucks. They didn't have nothing, y'all. Nothing. They had one chisel, one hammer, one horse, one mule, one wagon, and a couple of crappy wooden wheels and a wooden rickety ladder. And they did all that in New Orleans, y'all. Like, when was New Orleans established? Come on, man. No hydraulics, no gasoline, no engines, no cranes, no dump trucks, nothing. Very few people, nothing. This is America. It's supposed to be nobody here. Really very few people here, 1840s and stuff. Come on, man. Look at those ceilings. Then they demolished almost all these buildings. Why? Because they didn't want you to know about them. That's why they call them founders. They found the crap. And Freemasons, because they got it for free. Y'all need to check, man. Check yourself. Because, look, they're all going into the ground. They're all amazing, and they're from the millennial kingdom left over, and you've been sold out by these pastors, man. These fake pastors and these fake churches. I mean, there's innocent, naive people in there. But read your word. Look at that. Come on, man. They wrecked them all. They destroyed them all, and they're still doing it today. Any country they can go into and blow it up. This is the first stuff they go for. Those are the controllers, some of the controllers. Look at this, man. There's a far cry from what we do today, that right there. A far cry. You may see it today, but it's all old world that you're walking in, and you think it's new world. It's not. And when you picture it with infrastructure full on, dump trucks, cranes, computers, lights, cordless tools, corded tools, electricity. They had a candle, y'all. Who built St. Peter's Basilicas? Who built the Taj Mahal? Okay. There's some buildings that go for a mile that look like these. I come across. A mile that they demolished. A mile. Look at, that's what we do today. The crap by those statues. And that's the thing. We're supposed to get better, y'all. This is 1881 or something? Look at that. You can't build that today. I don't give a shit, man, what you put to it. You couldn't do that. That's my point. You can't even do it today with all the equipment we got today. I'm telling you. They're sunk in the mud, man. They're actually bigger than they're showing. Because if you dug them out, we're small, dude. We're small to these things. Look at those doors. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We can't build these things today, man. And we come from a civilization that they're not telling us about. Look at that, sunk in the mud. Even the bills, the notes, the money looked better. How are they printing money better without computers and all these things? And back in the middle of nowhere. How did they drag them there? All this stuff, how'd they quarry it and drag it there? With a horse? You need a lot of damn horses, man. Like, these buildings are all repurposed. They're like insane asylums, breweries, courthouses. I mean, you wouldn't spend that kind of time on stuff like that. And I don't care how much time you got and how many people you got. It's not going to happen. You can't do it in most cases. And if you did today, we're talking about hundreds of years later when we had this supposedly amazing technology burst that, look at how sunk that is. And you still can't barely do this stuff. You can't do it. We don't do it. And if we could do it, we'd do it. We would do it. And if we do it, we do it so crappy, it's all fake. It's the faux of that. That's not how society works. We get better. We grow better, y'all. If we got something new, we get it bigger and better. We get it smarter. We get it smaller. Whatever. I don't know if I'm getting across to y'all. But we are a people that re-entered this world after a rapture. And there was no people here except these controllers, and these controllers are not human. They're not mankind. They just look like us. They're from the underworld, y'all. What happened in the Bible? There was the angels looked like men.